So someone asked, which one of my parrots do I think is most intelligent? Not a bad question considering I have over 22 species of parrots. So you could probably say I know parrots pretty good. However, how do you measure parrot intelligence? How do you decide which species is most intelligent? Hey guys, I'm Kaylin, the author of the Parrot Bliss Bond and my newest book, Get to Know African Gray and Cape Parrots and Feathered Splendor. My mission is to help you find the parrot with the appropriate amount of intelligence so that you have a blissful bond with your parrot, minimizing the need for rescues. This is Rosie, my green-winged macaw. She's intelligent, and she's going to help us talk about parrot intelligence. So, I did some research, and my research said that intelligence is usually measured and looked at as the ability to vocalize. Can you talk? Hi. The ability to problem solve. This girl opens all the doors to her cage so that when we put her in at the end of the night, she has a lot of escape routes. She opens the top hatch, I call it a little balcony. You know, it locks at the top and it flips forward. She opens the food bowls, and she opens the third little door that could be used as a nest box or another food bowl. She opens everything. She breaks everything. Everything. She is solving the problem of not having to get back in her cage. Memory, having a really good memory for things. Social interactions, ability to have that social place with other parrots or other humans. The ability to adapt well, the ability to use tools, and the ability to play. Now, you've probably heard about a lot of those abilities in other videos. Look, I gave you a pet, and now you've got a cow leg. Hi. Look at what I have. Look. Say butter. I decided that when I think about it, you know, what's intelligence to me? So I have this big Mac red monster, and she is a gem. I have little parrotlets, which I won't bring out at the same time because one whoosh of her beak could injure one of my parrotlets. But my parrotlets, they live in an aviary. I have 3 aviaries. And there are like 8 to 10 parrotlets in each aviary. Now, they therefore live in this high social structure where there is a hierarchy with all 8 or 10 of them, and they all get along. They all kind of have their area. So it is a complex social structure. Do they have the ability to have a social structure? Absolutely. I mean, after all, if you didn't know this, in the wild, there are some species of parrots that have huge flocks. Some of them have flocks of 20. Some of them have smaller flocks, but most parrots have pretty large flocks. Within that flock, they might have a mate, and they're bonded to that one mate. That's true for most species of parrots. But they still have a place and still belong within the whole flock. You know, when I look at that, that's kind of incredible to me that my parrotlets can have, you know, a unspoken, at least I don't see them sitting there on, okay, who's the president, who's the leader, you know, they've got that hierarchy, they've got that social structure. When I look at my conures, they're very playful, and my kikes. They know how to play kikes, they know how to have fun. So I see examples of the tool use, of the ability to certainly have a memory, the ability to adapt. When I change a parrot's cage, they don't even question it. I put them in a new cage and they know. It's like they knew before I even put them in. So I find all sorts of those kinds of intelligence. For me, what intelligence is, and what I kind of look to, is my parrot's ability to fit into our flock. Our flock is unique because every home and really every flock is unique. And it is unique. I have a small parrot room, which I'm in now, and then I have a big parrot room. So within that, For example, Rosie, you know, she has to fit in there, respect the other birds enough not to get on their cages and knock down their perches, and she doesn't. She gets on their cages and she knocks down their perches. But, you know, she comes up to the umbrella, they kind of look at each other, but they don't fight, and sometimes they kind of go, arr, 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 kind of like Rosie's doing with me now, but it's not necessarily fighting or bickering. So that ability to understand that they're a part of the flock and that it's like everybody in the flock, all the birds need to be respected. I really appreciate when they understand that they each have their own place. And I have, for example, a pair of budgies that were rescues. They were given to us, surrendered to us. And so they kind of came to us with some emotional damage. And they don't really necessarily want to be with me. They want to be with each other, and I respected that. And so their place in the flock is just being happy and healthy in the Australian aviary. So it's that thing about figuring out where they belong and respecting that. Another example is my Cape parrots. They know that they have cages in my bedroom. So when it is time in the evenings to go upstairs for the night, they fly up. They know they're ready to go. And so they know like their time slot. Also in the evenings, that's when I spend time with my golden conure. So in the evenings, he gets kind of excited and he starts to move around in his cage and he starts to make noise. It's like, okay, it's my turn. It's my turn. When are you coming to get me? It's my turn. Same with our umbrella cockatoo. We've been taking her upstairs after the golden conure so that she could have some time. And it's the same, you know, they know sort of like when their time slot is. My smaller birds are in the day when I'm working, usually here on my computer, or I'll take River with me to a cafe kind of thing. But that ability to understand their place in the flock. When they all have that place, you know, they know when they're going to get to have a turn. They know when they're going to get to go outside and be with us. That's a big sign of intelligence to me, because at that point, they understand. I'm looking for Rosie to understand a little better about beaking me, because you can see that she's sitting here mauling me, and she'll calm down, and then she'll start to just want pets. I'm happy to give you pets, but no more bites. No more bites. Hi, Rosie. Hello. So intelligence really is somewhat subjective, and I think the real question is, what intelligence are you after? In other words, what are you looking for it to do for you? Because none of my birds will do my daughter's homework, so she doesn't think that they're that intelligent. Some of my birds will open other birds' cages, which I think is a little too intelligent. So it really is all subjective. And I think that more important than their intelligence is the fact that their intelligence allows them to form a place in a flock with you and form a bond. That's when and how they can really create a loving relationship with you that's built on trust, that's built on a mutual love, and just a mutual sharing and enjoying of a life together. Because these animals are incredible companions. Being able to have fun with them, being able to really share your life, that to me is the greatest part of the intelligence. You can really do that with any animal, and all animals have a certain level of intelligence, right? But for me, parrots not only exhibit that, but they kind of have an intelligence that starts to match a lot of our own in ways, for me, like I was saying, like their ability to understand where their place is in the flock, so that they understand when and how I can bond with them. And that is the most significant contributor for me. That's how I get to enjoy them. That's how I make sure that everyone is going to be safe and sound, and everyone gets love in our flock. Thanks for joining me in this red sneaky video. Be sure to give Rosie and I one of these and a comment that helps our juice, or a question, and then we will catch you in the next upside down video.